Amanda Green lived for attention. At 28, she had mastered the art of walking into a room and making heads turn. Her friends called her the Queen of Oxford Street because no one paraded luxury brands better than she did. Gucci heels, Dior handbags, Cartier bracelets. Her outfits were less about fashion and more about dominance. To Amanda, the world was a stage, and she refused to be anything less than the star. That evening, as London's lights shimmered against the glass walls of luxury boutiques, Amanda strutted out of Harrods with her hands full of glossy shopping bags. The night air was crisp, but she barely noticed. She was too busy admiring her reflection in every passing window, the way her crimson dress hugged her curves, the way her blonde hair tumbled in loose waves. She paused outside to adjust her makeup, sliding a compact mirror from her purse. Around her, the city bustled, tourists taking photos, businessmen rushing for taxis, couples holding hands. To Amanda, they were invisible. She existed on a different plane, one of power and beauty and money. Then, a voice broke her reverie. "Excuse me, miss." Amanda lowered her mirror slowly. Sitting on the pavement was a man. His hair was unkempt, his beard wild. His coat looked as though it had been dragged through mud and rain for months. He held out a trembling hand, eyes downcast. "Could you spare some change?" he asked, his voice rough yet oddly gentle. "Just enough for a meal. I haven't eaten all day." Amanda blinked. Then her lips curled into a smirk. "Really? Out of all the people here, you chose me?" The man raised his eyes. They were tired, yes, but strangely calm, as if he had already accepted every cruelty the world could throw at him. "Please," he said again, softer this time. Amanda recoiled as if his words were poison. "You're disgusting," she hissed. "Look at you. Dirty. Filthy. You think it's my job to feed you? Go get a job instead of begging on the streets." The man tried to stand, his frail body wobbling, and reached a hand as if to stop her from leaving. That was when Amanda did the unthinkable. Her palm cracked across his cheek, the sound sharp and merciless. People nearby gasped. A couple even stopped to stare, but Amanda lifted her chin defiantly. "Don't ever touch me again," she spat, then marched away, her heels clattering against the pavement like a war drum. Behind her, the man lifted a hand to his reddened cheek. Yet, instead of anger, a faint, almost knowing smile appeared on his lips. Hours later, the same man rose from his place on the pavement and disappeared into a quiet side street. He removed the filthy coat and stuffed it into a bin. Beneath, it was a clean, pressed shirt. From his pocket, he retrieved a sleek watch and strapped it onto his wrist. Moments later, a black limousine pulled up. A uniformed chauffeur stepped out. "Good evening, Mr. Parker," the driver said with a bow of the head. "Evening, James," Edward Parker replied smoothly, stepping into the car. "Yes, Edward Parker, billionaire, investor, philanthropist." The man Amanda had slapped was one of the wealthiest men in Britain, a man whose name appeared regularly in the Financial Times. But unlike most billionaires, Edward carried a secret habit. He disguised himself as homeless, wandering the streets, studying how strangers treated those they thought were beneath them. "Rough night?" James asked carefully as he shut the door. Edward chuckled softly, rubbing his cheek where Amanda's handprint still lingered. "You could say that, but you learn more about people from a single insult than from 100 compliments." The limousine glided away, leaving behind only the faint echo of Amanda's cruel laughter. A week passed. Amanda barely remembered the encounter. To her, it had been nothing more than an amusing story she told her friends over wine. "And then I slapped him," she finished, laughing. Honestly, these beggars are everywhere. If you don't put them in their place, they'll never learn. Her friends giggled, though uneasily. Amanda didn't notice. That Saturday, she attended the Grand Royal Charity Gala, one of London's most exclusive events. The ballroom glittered with chandeliers, and every guest was dressed in diamonds and silk. Amanda glowed with pride. She loved these nights, nights when her beauty was currency, when men's eyes followed her, when women whispered enviously. She sipped champagne, her laughter loud, when the announcer's voice boomed across the hall. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's host and benefactor, Mr. Edward Parker. Applause erupted. Amanda clapped politely until her gaze fell upon the man stepping onto the stage. Her heart stopped. It was him,